just looking at the director over there, making sure that we're clear to roll. Are we clear to roll?
When on you, Tim?
You're clear to roll.
I'm sorry? Are we clear?
Do it.
I am the angel at Eden's gate. I knew them, the man, the woman. I knew them before they knew what God only knows. I knew them when they strolled through the garden with effortless grace, lips curved gently upward, eyes shining with morning light. Paradise was their playground, and God was their friend. They fed one another grapes of impossibly purple hue, and drank nectar from fragrant flowers. I knew them when they romped playfully with a lion, loved with abandon, body and soul tangled in unfettered bliss. I stood unseen at the gates of Eden, a silent witness. I was there when the serpent knocked.
Hello, Angel.
She was long and lean, leading with her belly, thinking to slide on by. Sworn to guard the entrance to Eden, I blocked the way and ordered her gone without discussion. She smiled, lipless and dry, with no intention of leaving.
Inside, sister. Paradise is mine.
Her cool stare chilled the air. But when she spoke, her voice was warm, delicious, golden. She both delighted and disgusted me. I felt myself craving the sweet poison of her intoxicating tone.
The all-knowing God does not spite me, reject me, or dismiss me. Dear angel, how could I even exist if not for God's hand? Let me in. All God's creatures belong in the garden.
I was tempted. But not fatally. I was without choice to be persuaded by any will but my Lord's. I was created to guard this holy gate. I would not be moved. It was the serpent that moved. Slowly and surely, she was now so close that icy, strange heat of her breath was upon my brow.
Let me in.
Get a room. How long How long we stood there face to face, I cannot tell you. What I will confess is that I could have stood there forever, locked in the dark rapture of her topaz eyes. What I will further confess is that if God had not appeared at that moment, I might have allowed the serpent into paradise. I did not. It was God who led her in. I was ordered to step aside as the serpent entered paradise.
Poor angel. So innocent.
I had assumed the garden was perfect without this disturbing creature. I would have sent her away. Better yet, I would have destroyed her.
Silly angel, don't you know God prefers stories that are complicated?
I watched the serpent weave silently among the trees when the moon was full. She favored a tree laden with golden fruit. The woman had eyes for this tree, you see. She knew it was extraordinary, but it was perfectly content to let it be. Perfectly content until the day the serpent's voice wrapped itself all around her.
The fruit of this tree is delicious. More delicious than anything you've ever tasted. It will melt your tongue like the sweetest honey dripping from the honeycomb.
I watched her face as she listened to her words. There came a certain light to her eyes, a certain tilt to her head.
Just reach out your hands. Pluck it. It's easy.
Remembering God did not want her near this tree, she ran. But at that moment, the fruit of the tree entered her dreams, and upon waking, she was drawn to its branches. The serpent was there to greet her.
Just one light. Just one little light. It'll be our secret.
The woman, you see, she had no concept of secrets. But the word, as she whispered it slowly, began to rise in her like a wave. The ground beneath her feet was no longer steady. She became confused and began wondering exactly why that fruit had been forbidden. As the serpent guessed her thoughts, more of her words washed over the woman.
From this tree, you will know good from evil. You will be like God. You will see beyond the walls of Eden. Don't you want to see? Don't you want to know all that is to know?
She had never considered knowing all there is or was to know, but now, the world beyond paradise entered her imagination. I was in tragic awe of the questions that began growing in her mind, a mind sown with the seeds of God's own imagination.
Just take your time.
She did. The man took a bite too. The fruit sweet in the mouth of God was bitter in theirs. In an instant, they hated their bodies. I saw them hiding in the tall grass as first blood spilled on the ground, blood of a creature slain to cover their shame. I saw the serpent cursed, cast down on her belly, topaz eyes trapped in the body of a worm. To my great joy, God banished this venomous tempter from the garden forever.
I know you don't root for me, but be melancholy, angel. For the man and the woman, they're following me out into this big, bad world. And you know why? Because God said so.
So the story of the woman and the man strolling through the garden with effortless grace now ends. As they pass through the gates of Eden, I see their faces reflected in the flame of God's eyes. They are fierce. They know sorrow. They are beautiful.
And cut.